The evolution of Lamborghini. The Lamborghini has been a dream car of almost every kid growing up. Lamborghini has been making sports vehicles since 1964 and has arguably made the greatest number of iconic vehicles compared with any other car manufacturer. The Lamborghini Miura or the Lamborghini Countach are just a few. Today we are going to take a deep dive into every single model Lamborghini has made since 1964 and how it evolved. So buckle up if you're a Lamborghini fanboy, because this is going to be a very fast ride. The Lamborghini we know today wasn't always like this. In fact, the company started as a tractor manufacturer. Mr. Lamborghini had served in the Italian Royal Air Force as a mechanic during World War II. And after the war was over, Ferruccio Lamborghini used his skills to open a repair shop of his own. After acquiring spare military units, Ferruccio converted them into tractors and made a business out of it. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the notification bell to get notifications on new videos. The DLA 35 Super. In 1959, Lamborghini started production for the DLA 35 Super. It was the first tractor made under the brand of Lamborghini. The tractor came with Lamborghini's 2.2-liter three-cylinder diesel engine that had a total of 25 horsepower and could reach a top speed of 15 miles an hour. A total of 117 units of this legendary tractor were ever made. As sales of Lamborghini tractors grew, so did Ferruccio's cash in his bank account. Ferruccio had a deep love for cars, and that inspired him to purchase some very expensive luxury sports cars, including Alfa Romeos and a Maserati 3500 GTS. Ferruccio also owned Mercedes-Benz 300 SL and a Jaguar E-Type coupe. But like many great engineering minds, he had a critical eye for each car he owned. He was constantly searching for the perfect car. The journey of perfect car led him to Ferrari. He bought a Ferrari 250 GT in 1958. But he also had some problems with that car. His rough driving would often lead to a burned clutch of his Ferrari 250 GT, which meant repeated trips to the Ferrari factory for replacement. Ferruccio was so frustrated by the recurring weak clutch problems that he one day asked his tractor mechanic to look at it and discovered the clutch in the Ferrari was the same that Ferruccio used in his tractors. Ferruccio couldn't understand why a subpar clutch would be installed by Enzo in such a luxury vehicle. And that led to a meeting between Ferruccio and Enzo Ferrari. That meeting didn't go well when Enzo insulted his fellow Italian by saying, "You are a tractor driver. You are a farmer. You shouldn't complain driving my cars because they're the best cars in the world." That day, a rivalry was born. But that's a topic for another video. 1964 Lamborghini 350 GT. Not long after that encounter, Lamborghini launched its first sports car in May 1964, the Lamborghini 350 GT. The 350 GT packed a 3.5-liter V12 under the hood that made a total of 277 horsepower. The car could do 0 to 60 miles per hour in 6.4 seconds and could reach a top speed of 156 miles per hour. Those numbers were impressive in the mid-1960s. The car's great performance and sleek design made it an instant success, and a total of 120 units were made, and the Lamborghini was sold for $18,000. 1966 GT400 2+2. The sequel to the 350 GT was the 400 GT 2+2, launched by Lamborghini in 1966. The four-seater successor of the 350 GT was more practical and featured a more powerful 3.9-liter V12 engine, which made a total of 320 horsepower, good enough to push the car from 0 to 60 in 6.8 seconds and reach a top speed of 155 miles per hour. In total, 250 units were made with a sticker price of $14,750 at launch. 1966 Lamborghini Miura. In 1966, Lamborghini launched its third production car by the name of Miura. Since then, very few cars have been able to change the automobile world like the Miura. This mid-engine two-seater was way ahead of its time, and everything from Ferrari to Aston Martin looked outdated upon its release. The Miura is often regarded as the world's first supercar. The Miura was powered by Lamborghini's 3.9-liter petrol-powered V12 engine that made a total of 350 horsepower and 300 foot-pounds of torque. The Miura could do 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 6.3 seconds. The one-off roadster version of the Miura could reach a top speed of 174 miles per hour, making it the fastest production car in the world. In total, 613 original Miuras were produced up until 1971. Each had a sticker price of $20,000. Well, if you were to buy a Miura today, it would cost many times its original price. In fact, in 2008, the one-off Lamborghini Miura Roadster was sold for an undisclosed figure, but estimates at the time pegged its value at around €7 million, or $9.88 million. 1968 Lamborghini Espada. The next car on our list is the 1968 Lamborghini Espada. The Espada was launched at the Geneva Auto Show after Ferruccio Lamborghini demanded the creation of a proper four-seater car. The Espada was an instant success and went on to become Lamborghini's best-seller from 1968 to 1978. The company was so confident in the design of this car that the bodywork of the car remained almost untouched in 10 years of its production. Only the interior and engine were changed with each series. The four-seat Grand Touring Espada came with a naturally aspirated V12 engine that made a total of 330 horsepower and 276 foot-pounds of torque. The Espada could do 0 to 60 miles per hour in 7.8 seconds. On top of that, it had a top speed of 155 miles per hour. In total, 1,217 units of the Espada were made up until 1978, each costing more than $21,000. 1968 Lamborghini Ilio. Next on our list is the all-important successor to the 400 GT, the Lamborghini Ilio. This four-seater car came with the same engine as the 400 GT, with slightly improved acceleration. The Ilio packed a 3.9-liter naturally aspirated engine under the hood that made a total of 350 horsepower and around 276 foot-pounds of torque. The Ilio could do 0 to 60 in just 6.1 seconds and could reach a top speed of 165 miles per hour. Only 225 units of the Ilio were ever made, as the production of the car ceased only after 2 years of its launch, and it was replaced by the next car on our list. The Ilio had a price tag of $18,000. 1970 Lamborghini Drama, 400 GT and 400 GTS. The Lamborghini Drama 400 GT made its way into production in 1970 and was a replacement for the Ilio. It was also Lamborghini's last front-engined Grand Tourer. The Drama 400 GT came with the same 3.9-liter V12 engine with 350 horsepower and was followed by the 400 GTS that had 365 horsepower thanks to a few engine modifications. The 400 GTS also featured a few cosmetic modifications over the normal Drama 400 GT, such as a hood scoop, exhaust vents, and some new wheels. The GTS 400, also known as the Drama S, could do 0 to 60 miles per hour in 6.8 seconds and had a top speed of 161 miles per hour. In total, 328 Dramas were built with a sticker price of $22,500. It was also by far the most expensive Lamborghini. If we adjust its inflation price, it would cost around $150,000. 1971 Lamborghini Miura SV. In 1971, the Lamborghini Miura returned with even improved specs. The Lamborghini Miura SV was the final and most developed version of the original Miura. This car was also the last car that was produced under the leadership of Ferruccio Lamborghini, as he sold the controlling shares of the company in 1972 and retired just 2 years after that. The Miura SV came with the same 3.9-liter naturally aspirated V12 engine, but it made 385 horsepower as opposed to the original Miura's 350. The car's acceleration was also improved, and now it could do 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 5.75 seconds and had a top speed of 180 miles per hour. The car also featured various cosmetic changes over the normal car. The main focus was a new rear suspension that made the car wider. In total, only 150 SVs were ever made, making it the rarest Lamborghini ever. Surprisingly, it wasn't the most expensive Lamborghini, as it came with a sticker price of just $21,000, even after all those upgrades. Well, if you want to buy a Miura SV today, it would cost you somewhere between $3.2 to $4 million. With that, today's video comes to an end. Please like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. And press that bell icon so you can get notified when we make a new upload.